Hey everyone, Steven here, and today I'm reviewing the Z80A dual portable monitor from QQH. Now, I've been approached multiple times to review various dual portable monitors, but this is the first one I've actually used, so I'm excited to see what this thing can do. I'm going to cover the specs first and then get into the various use cases before covering my thoughts and overall impressions on this device before wrapping the video up. With that being said, let's get into the specs. The Z80A dual portable monitor has two IPS LCD panel screens that are 15.6 inches with a 1080p resolution and a 60Hz refresh rate. And QQH says that this works best with a 12 to 16 inch laptop. This has a typical brightness of 300 nits, a 1200:1 contrast ratio, and a 6500K typical color temperature, but this can range from 5800K to 9300K. This weighs 1,850 grams or a little over 4 pounds. Inside of the box, you will get the dual monitor, power adapter, USB-C to USB-A cable for power supply, USB-C to USB-C cable with a USB-A adapter on one end, and then you get a thumb drive with the display driver on it and the user manual. This also has a quick start one sheet that is very helpful that comes inside of the box. And then for ports, you have two USB-C ports, one for power and one for the display input. And these can be found on the inside of the middle frame where the laptop monitor would usually sit. And in this portion of the overall frame here, you will find a kickstand. So this is very sturdy. They have rubber on all of the ends. It doesn't feel like anything here is going to bend or break, and it will stay put on whatever surface you put this on. On the front of the panels, towards the bottom and middle of the frame, you will have the menu buttons which correspond to each panel, so you can change the settings with these independently. And here you're going to find basic adjustments to the panel, such as brightness, contrast, and picture modes. The monitor might be more dim than you'd like when you first set this up, but once you adjust these things to your liking, this does get decently bright and vivid. So I would say when you first get it set up, just keep that in mind and don't judge it immediately off of that. It's trying to essentially save power, and most monitors do this by default. So you usually have to change the picture mode to another picture preset or just increase the brightness. Now, in order to set this up, you'll need to run the driver from the thumbstick that you get with this, and the manual has an easy to follow guide on how to get this running on Mac, PC, or an Android-based device. Once this is set up, you can change and adjust the positions of these through the system you are using it on. So using this on my MacBook Pro, by default, the two screens were actually switched for some reason, so I had to swap those back, but that was quick and easy to do, and after that, I was ready to start using this. Now, once I started getting into running various tasks on this, it was really easy to see the use cases here, as this just makes larger workflows way easier to do. So when I write these scripts for these videos, I like to have the spec listing on one side or maybe the product feature page somewhere as a resource. And here, now that I have the two screens, I can literally have both of those pulled up and then the script right in the middle that I'm working on. I just glance over and see what information I need and I can pull it in. Instead of having these like shrunk down small windows that I tend to use on my main PC, now I can actually use this, especially when I'm trying to write later at night and maybe I'm downstairs in bed or I'm sitting on the couch. Or another big one for me would be traveling where I just don't have access to my main PC at all. I now have a viable way of actually writing these scripts. If I'm doing it on the MacBook, it's just the one screen. I'm dealing with a much smaller size. I'm actually switching back and forth between tabs. I can't have all of the information pulled up at once. It's too condensed. Here, I actually have that option to, again, have all of the information that I need pulled up at once, which makes workflow so much easier to do. And one of the main reasons I wanted to finally give a dual portable monitor a try is because my wife needs multiple monitors for her job. And when she works from home, she only has her laptop and then whatever screens I can kind of pull together and set up for her. Now I just can give her this. I just simplified the whole process. Now I'm, again, not running multiple monitors, pulling things down. I got to get this together because sometimes the monitors that are actually going downstairs to a PC that I have set up in the bedroom that I honestly rarely use, They're usually not plugged in, and they're the ones that I'm kind of transitioning out because of the reviews that I do for the channel. I may have a lot of monitors in the house at once, but some of those I'm either selling or they're kind of on the back burner as a review. So I'm trying to set her up with that. And that screen variation size, or maybe the specs with that, may not always be best for what she's needing in regards to her workflow for her job. Here, I can just literally hand her this. She can easily set it up herself, and then she's good to go. So setup and ease of use after you do the initial driver installation off of that thumb drive is very easy, because once that's all there, you literally just open this thing up, plug it in with that USB-C cable, and then it will actually pop up. Depending on what you're doing with this, you may or may not need the power adapter. So if I'm going to run this off of like an Android phone or like a tablet that doesn't have enough power to actually deliver to the portable monitors, that it will turn those on and run it. That is an instance where you need that power adapter. When I was running it off of my MacBook, it actually powered the monitor, so I didn't need to use that, which simplifies the use case there as well, because I don't have another cord going to anything. It's just the one cable going to the MacBook. Now, 3 things I want to make note of. The first, the laptop screen is not clicking or attaching or fitting into anything with this dual portable monitor in that middle space. You simply just lean it back and it can rest close to it or touch it, but there's nothing securely holding the laptop screen to that. One thing to keep in mind here is that the weight of this, depending on your laptop, can hold this at a particular angle with no need of the kickstand. Mine, anything about sub 20 degrees, it can't actually hold it, so it just goes flat. Again, that's going to be dependent upon the laptop for that though. The other thing here is you do not get a case with this, like a carrying case. Might potentially want to look into a carrying case for this. I don't know that I would put it in the same carrying case as my laptop, because this is metal and it might actually scratch up the laptop if they were both touching like metal to metal on top of each other, or at least put something in between them. And the last thing is you're most likely going to want a screen protector. It doesn't come with any. The good news there is this is a very common size with the 15.6 inch screen, so you have a lot of options when it comes to screen protectors. Now, up until now, I've really just been talking about and referencing the dual portable mode that this has, but you also have a triangular mode, which at first I wasn't sure what you would use that for, but then it occurred to me that having this in meetings or a business presentation with clients, it would be a great use case for that, because you can angle this towards 2 different people or areas of a room and present the information you have or different information on like a side-by-side type presentation that you're doing. And then you can also take this and turn it more vertical. So it would just be a single screen that you would be using in that instance, but it would have a vertical orientation. So at that point, it's not 16:9, it's 9:16. And then you could consume content that has that orientation, like YouTube Shorts, for instance, or again, presentations, whatever you may use it for. Just keep in mind that you do have these other setup options that you can use. And last here we have the price, which I think this is competitively priced when I just look out at the landscape of the dual portable monitor setups. And I find that with this product, it's going to be similar to other products in terms of how I would approach recommending this, which is, does this have the things that you specifically want out of a dual portable monitor or any product that I'm talking about? Because there are a lot of different options out there. Find the one that best suits your needs. Here, this does have not only the dual portable monitor mode, but you can do that triangle shape. You can just do the one mode if you wanted to. So are there different use cases with this that would, again, better suit your needs? Do you want an IPS panel versus potentially a different type of panel? Do you need other settings? Like some of them do have touchscreens that this doesn't have, or perhaps a built-in battery. So there are just things to consider before making your final purchasing decision. But I will say that I am quite impressed with the Z80A here, and it is one that I will be using. And like I said, that I will have my wife use when she needs to do work at home. It's one that I can travel with. I'm going to get the screen protectors and then probably a good carrying case for this, but I do like my overall experience that I've had with this dual portable monitor. So that's going to wrap this video up. I will have a link for this in the description if you want to pick it up. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section and we'll make sure to answer that for you there. If you like the video, hit the like button for me as it helps the channel out. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.